questing, which is great here. Not much that Robert can do against Sisu here.
Yeah, Trevor has done Robert's board is already not near as going as crazy as it was the first game.
Yeah, I think this is Trevor is doing a much better job controlling the board state here and keeping Robert in check a bit. Let's see, Robert over here really trying to think through even just ink.
And then Trevor has that aerial out, which he really needs to keep that card draw coming.
Mm-hmm.
Because more cards, more answers, more options.
Yes. And this is where I feel like Trevor's build really thrives with card draw and just gaining resources, being able to just
it's a motif.
Get a lot of card draw off of.
We are getting there. Still has 3 ink available and has not inked for turn yet. But was able to draw another card from the aerial. And from the Kud Etamuti. So drew 2 there.
Now I think really deciding what we want to
where we're going next.
use.
Are those all uninkables in Trevor's
They
hand right now?
are. But, you know, we
Well, I mean,
played.
it's mostly you're gonna have. There's some amount of
Technically, you have 5 available with.
yeah. Scrooge
And
coming in, doing his thing.
boosting Scrooge right away. So we see that Scrooge is going to be a 4/4 right off the bat.
Yeah.
And
Which is
really.
Not enough to hit with the world's greatest
Yes.
yet.
And I was just saying, I wonder if, Trevor is going to
Yeah.
think through how much we want to boost that Scrooge.
Because earlier he was able to boost to infinity because there's Hades coming back.
Yes. So let's see. We're gonna let him draw, and I think that definitely makes sense on Trevor's side here. We want to keep this board state where it stands. We don't want to lose any draw power. We don't want to lose any singers.
And we're gonna sing
again.
Sing it again.
Draw off Ariel.
And
We finally got an. All right.
And Sarabi, Sarabi coming in. Partnered with the Scrooge, but now Scrooge is into that world's greatest territory. So Scrooge may not be long for this world.
Yes. Because we know that Robert has that world's greatest criminal mind.
Yes. Which Trevor does not know. But also, what Robert doesn't know is
That hand
those
is-
those headless horsemen in Trevor's hand that are gonna partnered with that Sarabi are going to do some work. So he's like, are you gonna let me draw or are you gonna banish that Sarabi? And I'm just gonna let him draw, yeah. Sisu's horseman and a card.
Yeah, that Sarabi right now is just so powerful. I definitely understand where we want to keep her around.
And then see another Akud and something. Another card that was underneath that.
I think it was actually a
The Nakoma.
yes, thank you. What you looking at?
What you looking at?
There were a lot of packs in that box. What happened to them all?
I don't know.
Don't worry about the packs.
Nothing to see. We were waiting on.
They're checking decks.
You know,
We're here.
looking at deck
There's
lists.
packs.
There's
We're
packs.
sitting here. People aren't playing games. What do you expect us to do, Liam?
We had to keep the people entertained.
Listen, it's what we do.
Service, that's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have
were
to do
keeping
it
people
for the people.
entertained. They wanted
It's
to.
about them. They wanted us to open these packs.
Yeah.
You were so selfless.
I know.
Yeah.
We really took one for the team.
You're welcome. And
Using Ariel to challenge into
Hades,
and
Hades.
then, singing,
Ohana
Or
means
not
family.
singing. Playing Ohana Means Family, the
Drawing
action,
to
and then getting to draw.
Oblivion. Using Sarabi, playing the Sisu. Gonna go ahead, finish off the Hades. Says no moving damage
Nope.
with that Cheshire Cat.
There will be none of that today.
And we still have not inked for turn. Looks like we're deciding if we
No,
want
we
to.
passed
We
the
passed
turn,
already? Okay.
Over to Robert.
Robert has a lot of cards in hand. But looks like a lot of Grandmother Willows in hand, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's not gonna. He is not going to be as helpful at this point in the game. Not unhelpful.
Not unhelpful,
but not the most helpful. Not what we need right now.
between that and the Horseman Strikes, not ideal. But there's a Dumbo, which can get him back into drawing more and gaining lore.
Mm-hmm.
And as we have learned from Trevor's deck, there's not a lot of high questers. There's just a lot of, you're going to need to deal with this, or my actions and songs
Will pop off.
are going to pop off, and I'm going to draw cards and gain lore off of that. Especially if you can get into a Maui Shark. Because the Maui Shark and the aerial out while playing locations is just brutal. And Cheshire Cat swinging into the aerial 4-3,
And then
moving the
yeah,
3.
we're gonna pay 2 to boost.
Moving 2 of those over to the... Straubby said no more.
And that, I think, very smart
that's,
move.
yeah,
Definitely
that's
understand
the correct
that.
choice.
Play out at Grandmother Willa.
And another one.
And another one. And another. And another.
And a Mowgli. Gonna go ahead and take
Check
a peek
this.
at that hand. And going to get rid of
Trevor opts to get rid of
be our
your
guest and opts to keep the or rewrite history,
Mhm.
which is to return a character card from your discard to your hand.
And if I had to guess, we're pulling that Sarabi back.
That's crazy. Why would he do that? What? What?
Could be incorrect, but that would
it's
be what I would be pulling
It's almost
back.
like that's been the star of Trevor's show today,
Yes.
and probably last weekend as well. Actually, or Rewrite History is also a song, which is also going to draw you with the aerial.
Not everyone in this room right now. Besides, Bree, have you ever seen DuckTales?
I have seen DuckTales, but I'm not a theater kid, so I won't break into song. I'm sorry.
Oh. That felt like a personal attack. But that's
I'm
fine.
the only one in here that's not a theater kid, I feel like.
Still feels like a personal attack.
I didn't bring in age, so therefore it's not personal. I love you.
Yep. Well, and that's why I turned to you and asked you if you had seen DuckTales. Did you watch DuckTales as a child, or have you recently seen it? Okay.
She's like 10 years old. Like.
My husband found out I hadn't seen it and made me watch it. I've watched the first season and a half.
The original,
I'm
not the
currently, I don't know. I'm currently watching whatever one he's having me watch.
Okay.
With Launchpad. Does that help?
I haven't seen the remake, so no, it doesn't.
I'm pilot.
It might be the remake. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is still game 2.
One lore each.
One lore each.
We're trucking along.
Which, as we learned with the Amber Ruby deck, the longer it kind of goes on, the better position almost Trevor gets in.
Mm-hmm. Really looking for maybe one of our answers.
Try to get rid of the Sarabi yet again. Woodchuck Guidebook. And going to Queston. We've finally more than one lore on Robert's side.
All right.
But we
We've
do
quested.
have
We're closer to 20 lore
But
on somebody's side.
on
but
somebody's side. But we do have some headless horsemen that can just
come down and do some work.
pop something off.
And yep.
And it's that Demona, which just feels wonderful for Trevor, terrible for Robert. Sarabi showing exactly why she's here. And if you want to keep singing songs, Sisu can sing that Be Our Guest, or she can take out a Grandmother Willow, and then the other one can sing. Or do you want to, singing hardcasting? Hardcasting, Be Our Guest. To get another Horseman Strikes with the Sarabi in play is brutal. No, saying it.
He's
No?
deciding whether to
Deciding
quest or
whether
not.
to quest? Or did it just freeze? Or he's really good at sitting still. He's really good at sitting still.
Good at sitting Do not send Kirby into.
It went from like everything's moving to like both of them.
I was like, is it?
Both of them stopped moving at the exact same time. I was like, everyone's holding their breath to see what he's doing. All right. Another woodchuck guidebook.
Into another woodchuck guidebook. Draw, undraw, undraw.
Draw and draw and draw and pass turn. Because scared to play anything, because Sarabi is still out there. Elsa, exert. Take out Sarabi.
Yeah, there we go.
And then Trevor just brings it back with another, or that doesn't really do anything. But he does have another Headless Horseman. And another one. And
another. And another.
Robert says, I beef things up. Trevor beefs them down.
Bree clearly
Beefing down.
Beefing up, beefing down.
That should be the new deck.
really making choices here.
Beefing down.
Beefing down.
By Trevor.
Oh, Liam didn't get to hear my beautiful new name for that
Hades.
card.
We've
Everyone loves it.
passed
Liam.
the point of no return. Bree needs to go to bed. We need to.
I have a
go to
kid.
bed.
It's 10:45 and I'm not in bed. This is a miracle. I know. It's okay. I still have packs to open. That'll keep the adrenaline pumping. We have 4 more packs to open. In the world's greatest criminal mind. On the Headless Horseman to make it go away because Elon away. And we are.
Low on gas.
Yeah.
But he has an aerial in hand. So he can just
See what we're gonna do here.
aerial and a song. Which or you just get rid of the genie. Just hit the brakes on everyone until you get what you need. But he also has Ohana in hand. Which throw the horseman that was already out into Elon Way.
I think we're we're gonna quest here.
Okay.
We're gonna try to.
Okay, that's a. Okay. Huh. Okay.
We're just.
Maybe
It doesn't
did
feel
he
like a
not
good
have-
trade.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, he would have healed it with the Elon. He would have healed it with the Ohana they had in hand, and he would have drawn 2 cards. And Silver Stitch.
So she is a 2/1, and Headless Horseman is a 4/2.
Got that stat backwards. That's why. I was
Yep.
like, what? I was like, 4. There we go. That makes more sense. Double aerial. Okay, Trevor says, I am not out of this yet. I can draw cards.
And we do have a long way to go
Yes.
between here and 20.
Quite a ways to go. We've gone through a lot of cards already on both sides.
Yes.
This might be a Courtney special of let's just see who can run out of cards first. But, it's a little bit harder without the whole new worlds.
Yeah.
And Surfer hitting the inkwell. Because why stop at 12 ink when you can have 13?
We'll get a
Play the
Dumbo out
Dumbo.
there. Give us some card draw.
Genie. Or are we just going to throw down the Demona? Demona coming out. Going to draw 2. Trevor will also draw 2. She did draw World's Greatest Criminal Mind, but only 1, and there is a Demona. Elsa, which will exert, but you have to have. Yikes.
Yeah.
That was a good turn for
1-2
Robert.
punch, and Robert really turns the tide of this game. Oh, thank you.
The spice must flow.
Question in the chat, does Trevor have Raging Storm?
He does not.
He does not. So yeah.
I
Storm
thought that
Set-
I was like, I feel like that might be something that might need to get put
Yeah,
into the deck. Not a lot of, but
It
at
may
least
be a one or two of
one.
that gets
Yeah, I said
added.
2 of earlier.
So background being he does have a lot of removal in this deck. and recursion of that removal. So it is helpful. I think he hasn't found the need for it. Obviously, right now we're looking at a board state where that would feel real good right now.
Yeah. Because Robert's really getting wide and running away with it. Maui, Half Shark, and Ohana in Trevor's hand. And then going to Ohana to go ahead and draw 4 from that surfer.
And gaining a lure.
And getting a lure from the shark. And then also kind of makes Robert have to hit the brakes now. Because you exert anything, most likely it's going to get chomped. Oh, just kidding.
Oh.
Horseman strikes, goes bye-bye.
That is... Trevor is saying, man, I am... Everything I'm putting down is getting answered, and that is rough.
Rather unfortunate.
We love Liam.
Whisper yell.
He's our favorite. He's being an awesome content creator in the corner recording stuff, but it's very funny because he's whispering.
Whisper yelling.
I'm sure you guys cannot hear him, but we can hear him. So
I would love it if his mic is still on and they could hear him.
Oh no.
But it's not looking so great for Trevor. It's not looking great.
Oh, and we've got this genie out that we're boosted, so he's gonna quest for
$1 million?
3 or 4. Ooh. Yeah. So I think we may be coming here to the end. Definitely lethal on board by
Raging Storm comes out of nowhere,
yeah,
and just
we've
looks
got
like Mowgli.
the good game.
But
really a great run by Trevor. I think this matchup, he was just not able to find what he needed to stay in it, but Robert really coming through on this. Amethyst Amber deck list also looked very fun. I'm always waiting for like the crazy combo now that is in the Amber Amethyst, but this was not that list. It's just a good old regular Amber Amethyst. And Bree already over here trying to rip some packs.
listen,
Sneaking it in. So before we get into the finals.
Listen,
are we gonna open some cards?
We gotta
open some cards?
Robert needs some time to recover.
Okay.
Before we just go straight into the finals.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
We've got 3 cards.
Yeah,
and we're gonna show them to the audience.
Ha! Ha! Courtney's look shiny. Mine is not.
Winner! Yay!
I did it.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. All right.
And a shiny something playable. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
Strike a ganache.
Yes.
There we go.
All right. Liam, jump in here.
Come
Open
on,
this
Liam.
last pack.
Liam,
I'm gonna
we've
pop
opened
out
quite a few
for
packs.
1 second.
Come on, Liam.
And then I'll be
Join
back.
me. Courtney shall return in just a moment. And we're going to give Robert a few more times.
All right, I'm turning my microphone on.
Here we go. Here we go.
It is.
We're ready. You get to sit right in the middle. We have to keep you where you... In your...
It's on the table. Her pack's on the table.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
She took it
Hi,
off.
chat.
Hello. Welcome
This
back.
is the last pass in the box.
Yeah, these are the last packs, and we have not
All right.
opened an enchanted or a foil legendary yet. So this could be
Ooh,
our iconic.
This looks like a legendary. All right, I'm gonna do one at a time.
One at a
These-
time.
these-
All right.
these are the last
Drag it
pack.
out. All right. That's fine. That's fair. That's fair.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Are
I'm
we
gonna do
doing?
like this.
Are we doing the keep
Yeah.
the 4 and pull it up?
So here's it's an uncommon. So I'm gonna
All right,
reveal.
I'm gonna watch you.
Ready?
Okay.
I can't see, so you're gonna have to tell me if it's good or not.
Okay.
Bam!
It's Pete.
Oh. That's good. Pete's a good
It's
card.
a playable card. It is
Pete's
a playable
playable.
card.
Pete's playable
Yes.
and good. All right.
Yes.
Now your
Okay.
turn. Oh, it's a gone to. You already won. Oh, Morty Field Mouse, Tiny Tim.
Oh. Okay.
Tiny Tim. He's tiny. He's toony. He's. All right. Ready? Last first slot.
Super rare Bambi,
We are.
Bambi's good.
which is in one of our decks today.
We're going.
All right, go to the final table. All right, 1, 2, 3.
It's a rare. It is Ling.
It is lame.
All right.
Uncommon.
Uncommon.
All right.
Lonely Grave.
And
Like this
magic
box.
is this box busted?
4 legendary.
Tinkerbell.
Solid.
Got it.
All
All
right.
right.
Did we get it?
We got a 4 legendary
We're ready to do this.
on the
Did we need
very last pack.
Did we need that for a legendary for the no touchy?
No, but
No.
I don't. Well, you might. I don't. But
I love it. You might. I did not.
All right.
I could check the list.
We are
we are here in our
And-
finals. We have
in
what
finals.
looks like Tony versus Robert. I believe that's Tony's mat. So we're gonna have that.
We're making content.
Whatchamacallit? Amber
Content.
Steel, the last one standing.
The last
He,
Amber
he's made
Steel.
it here.
Illumineers,
He's made it here.
chat, ladies and gentlemen, all of you out there, 83 players, 996 cans of Diet Coke, one desire, to be the third and latest DCI champion.
Yep.
It all comes down to this.
I don't know how many I've drank today, but
We don't need to
The
talk about that.
counts-
That's like
the
how many
count
packs?
high.
How many
The count
packs
is
did
high.
you buy?
996 was not the number of cans at this tournament. It was the number of cans that Courtney and Brian consumed today to keep us going here in the finals. Look at this. Baby, he's so cute.
He is adorable.
But this is great. Sorry. I am in unhinged time territory.
we love it.
I'm excited. I've got a lot of adrenaline. I'm excited to
Let's
watch
go.
this match. It's going to be fantastic.
I wish we had more packs.
I wish we had more packs.
We didn't open an enchanted.
No.
Or
But
an
you opened
iconic.
that. Look at that. This-
yeah, and
this
I
is
said
cool.
We opened two
we
epics.
both opened
And a
another
4
epic.
legendary.
Yeah.
And a full legend. This is my favorite art in the whole set.
I
This
love
Nani.
it. She's so cute.
No, sorry, Nani. Tiana. I also love the Nani.
It's
But
because
this
it
is
was
great.
Kristen Hale.
It feels to me only appropriate that we have Amber Steel in the finals. We do have
In
Amber Steel the
DFW.
finals, right?
Yes, we do.
Amber
I
Steel in the
love that.
finals because it really has been on a tear, and a tear here today. 10 people coming in, 3 converting in the top 8. Now we have it in the finals. That feels really good against another. I mean, it's not an upstart deck, but it's it's been around.
Right.
It's been hanging.
It's been hanging. And but what's really interesting, the interesting about this Amethyst Amber deck though is it's really kind of tailored to face the other Amethyst mirrors with cards like the
Yes.
Horseman Strikes and stuff. So this Amber Steel deck, not what it's teched against.
No. But, I mean, it's been here. He's probably played it at some point today with as much Amber
That's
Steel
fair.
that we've had today. He's probably seen it. But, you know, you never know. He might not have. But there was a lot of Amber in the field today, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's already seen it.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair. But it does have some tools to deal with it. Usually this Amber deck, one of the reasons you run Amber is you run that Mowgli to try to pick songs out of the hand at key times. And picking songs is one of the ways you kind of interrupt the flow of this particular deck. So it does have some answers, but I just think it's gonna be a really fun matchup.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're all here.
yeah.
I'm glad
And
I'm
also,
here.
speaking of which, you
Glad you're
opened
here.
this Bambi, and this is a one of in Tony's deck.
Yes.
That is true. You have been
So-
fawning over this card all day long.
It's so cute.
It is adorable. It's
love it.
wonderful.
The pun just went right over your head.
Oh dear. So
And I set you up for a second one. We're good. We're rocking it tonight.
yeah.
Oh, dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Oh dear. But this is there we go. It's the time of night.
There we go. We're there.
But we are off to the races here.
Tony
it looks
on
like.
Amber Steel. Robert on Yellow Purple, which is also known as Amber Amethyst. Coming in strong.
And getting that Royal Guard down here on turn 1, we had the option for the Elanway to set up that support, but one of the things you want to do against this Steel Song deck is protect against that early song. If he does have an Angel, you want to threaten it. And so Royal Guard a great way to do it, especially, and it does protect against that, but also the Troubadour on turn 2. Royal Guard can grow with some card draws, so I'm cracking into that. We won't see the Angel, though. There is the Mulan, drawing, discarding, getting that Willow down to the discard pile, which
Ooh.
feels like a bad discard.
Yeah, it feels.
But it is uninkable. It kind of might be a clunky hand.
Maybe?
Oh, here
well,
we go.
yeah.
And there's that
Troubadour.
moment. And so the Troubadour is the turn 2 play. That's why we didn't
But
put
it's
the Mowgli.
interesting, we have a dock in hand, and we chose to discard the Grandmother Willow over the dock.
So I think here
But,
the dock
yeah.
is really valuable for the card draw, and in the Amber Steel list, you do get low on cards pretty quickly. And knowing that Robert can rip cards out of your hand with Mowgli as well, so valuing that card draw over the reduced power of Grandmother Willow, I definitely understand that in this moment.
I get it. It's just if you have the Grandmother Willow, you can play that Stitch, which he had in hand, as well as that Ariel, which both of those are going to also help him with card draw.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out.
He's keeping his options open. That's what I'm
Because
hearing.
it is an interesting discard. Because you'd love to establish that Willow. But the Troubadour now out, and taking out that Royal Guard, trading with the Milan feels good. That will protect the Troubadour when it does sing, which he definitely wants to do, hopefully this turn, without a Cood, which he saved, discarding the Strength in favor of it. Now we get the card draw, and we're going to be able to play a 4 or 5 cost card
Depending on what we want to do here. If
Right.
we're gonna ink. Ooh, and this is my favorite. I always joke, I love the hand gestures to think through the turns.
Yeah, where
What
you
are we
kind of mime
doing?
it out, like
Yeah.
do this, and then you
Do
think the
this,
It's
yeah.
like when you take a chess piece and you move it onto a space and you keep your finger on it.
On
You're
it.
like, if the board looked like this, what would I do? Now, Ariel was an option to play there, but instead the Snowboard Stitch. This feels really good to me. If that sticks around and that Troubadour doesn't get banished, we'll be able to do some work. Although the cat able to shift damage counters around, that Troubadour vulnerable to that. That being said, if Robert is spending his whole turn using 2 plus a little bit, with just a little bit of remainder to do something else, it feels pretty good. Okay, so Troubadour is safe. We are establishing the Genie. I like the start both players are on here so far. The Genie does feel pretty good.
The
Now,
cat.
the cat,
Ow.
the cat
Because he
also.
can just challenge with the Troubadour and then just move it over. But no, because he can't move it over this turn.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have to your point, taken that line, but instead choosing the Genie this turn, but had the option to get the Troubadour off, which would have felt good because now all Tony has to do is establish one more character, and he turns on the card draw from that Snowboard Stitch, which feels pretty good. But establishing the Genie also good. One of the things in Steel Song, not any evasive characters.
Correct.
So
So now that Genie can quest away.
do his thing until we find a Timu Zeus or
Thunderbolt. Or
yeah, that's right,
Ranger
Thunderbolt.
Predator.
He hurled his Thunderbolt.
hurled his Thunderbolt.
Strength.
So feels pretty good though. So yeah,
Not running Horseman Strikes on Tony's list, which would help with some evasives, but he doesn't have.
yeah, not
So I think the reason for that is it isn't a song. It's an action.
I was
And-
thinking Amber cards that deal with evasives.
Yeah.
That's like your only one, and he doesn't have it, so it's not an option for Tony.
yeah. So those evasive characters are pretty threatening. Although the Zeuses are good answers. Here's another fun answer. We have Stitch. Now we have Angel. The two of them playing in the snow together. One of them draws cards. One of them throws snowballs. So that Stitch will be able to activate his ability now when he quests. Let's see if we want to fling any damage around. Well, probably don't want to fling anything around with the cat on the board. That
Unless
is
you
a
want to
thing.
take out.
Take
Mowgli.
out the Mowgli.
unless you do, which we
Just kind of ping off what you can.
yeah, it is an option. But definitely the quest here that makes sense. Stitch now replacing himself, and this is one of these kind of must answer
Getting a
cards.
strength though.
Oh, did he get a
He
strength?
got a strength.
Oh, that feels. If he drew a strength, that feels really good.
Yeah.
Because that cat is. I mean, the Genie's a menace. That cat though, is just. I mean, we all
But
see
the
how
thing
good
is
the cat is.
Strength gives him 3. You have to be able to deal with it. Now.
Oh, now he's gonna discard it. Now he's gonna hit that Genie.
With it.
No.
The cat.
cat,
Yeah,
yeah.
get rid of the cat.
To move
Yeah.
stops any damage.
Yeah.
But why did he fling?
Flung with Angel, 2
3.
damage, 3.
Oh, okay, okay,
because
yeah,
he only
we
had
saw that
3
one.
with the
Yep.
thing. Yeah.
I was getting the style wrong. Yeah, getting the cat off the board feels really good. Great top deck there. Sometimes the cards are with you, and that feels like if he could have picked a card to draw, I think that's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So that feels good. But this feels really good as well. You never like to play Dumbo on curve if you can avoid it. You love to establish an evasive first, and now able to use that genie immediately if he wants to draw a card.
And that feels always very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Robert really hesitating there on inking the Mowgli. Definitely understand that. And we're not going to do to get some card draw here. We're just going to quest and put that pressure on.
Yeah, establishing that Elan way and yeah, getting rid of the Mowgli is
if you don't
kind of a
quest with
bummer.
him, though, he could just easily snowball with Angel and just you get no benefit out of him. At least
That's
he's
true.
doing something.
That's true. And pushing his lure up to 6, which is not insignificant at this point in the game.
No.
And Tony has several cards over there he just really wants to answer now. That Dumbo represents 2 cards on Robert's turn. The genie's questing for 2 every turn. And now with that Elan way, all of those cards over there a lot more easily removed. Stitch gonna draw a card here. Always see the card first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Draw first before deciding
Make
to do
any
any
decisions.
And now Robert should be, he was at 2, right? So he is at 4, okay, that's good.
And
Oh, that feels
bodyguard coming
real
down.
good.
And Robert indicating, dropping that Elan way down, putting the Mowgli at risk, saying, I want to do some challenging next turn. We're going to get rid of that 2 ways. 1, we're going to drop that cheap Powhatan, 5/5 bodyguard, going to protect everything. And 2, just for good measure, let's fling a snowball at Elan way, get her off the board.
No support.
Is
No
going
support.
anywhere.
And cheap Powhatan there, standing strong, guarding everything. And now, we could go on a little quest
We
here,
could
perhaps?
quest, or we could challenge that Mowgli and just kind of say, hey, you can't immediately challenge my Angel.
Secure a little bit of board control there, and this
Which-
feels like a pretty good turn. And now Robert here, not a lot of cards in hand. Luckily, we do have the Dumbo, but just not much right now. Let's refuel.
Using Dumbo's effect.
Find something that feels really
That
good.
feels very good.
That's you draw that.
That's ideal.
Little
The
side
cards
lead.
are in your favor.
World's greatest criminal mind coming in here. So Tony finding the strength, and Robert saying, "I can." Okay, that's
Yeah, and we'll
not
throw
as good.
But we'll throw that right into
Yeah, we can just
we can
toss
make it.
that one in there.
Yep.
And then
Not
just
feel
have
bad
to
about
hard
it at all.
cast that World's Greatest. And
Yep, and that's what.
yeah.
There it
see.
is.
And say, okay, that problem has been dealt with.
And now, so the genie drew. Okay, so Robert at 8 now, and it feels. I mean, we took a whole turn off, drew a couple cards, got rid of the Powhatan, but that Stitch over there, he's been hanging around a couple turns. He's going to draw another card this turn.
Stitch
Yeah.
is putting in work.
He's just snowboarding around, causing trouble,
Having
throwing
fun in a
cards at
winter
Tony,
wonderland.
having fun in a winter wonderland. Robert's not having a lot of fun with it.
Oh,
And there's
that
that
feels
dock.
really good.
That's
And
the
that-
dock that he's been hanging on to.
so much
Forever.
for so long. But I understand why we're hanging on to it, because we want to get the value from Stitch. We have been getting answers that we're looking for with the cards off of Stitch. Really waiting to use that that dock for the right time, and we found the right time. We're gonna I think quest here, get some more card draw again. Unless, what do we have in hand?
Can't tell. He's looking at it like it's an option. At least it might be a song.
Troubadour.
But no, quest, find a card. Didn't do that earlier because we had the dock. And that snowboarder, again, doing work here.
Yes, absolutely.
3 times it's quested now?
Della's Moon Lullaby, and another Troubadour in hand.
Oh my goodness, the turtles are everywhere.
Once Tony gets the songs, he's gonna be able to sing it with everything.
Plenty of singers.
Yes.
Speaking of which,
There we go.
Sing it. Go ahead. Choose something to draw a card.
yeah, I think
Something gets -2. Draw a card.
something's getting -2 over there. One of the two. And drew into an angel.
Angel.
So not
Able to
super
sing
impactful.
all of the cards.
And throwing that angel across the board at Dumbo.
Yeah.
Dumbo's just flying around minding his business, gets pegged with a snowball.
What is happening?
A couple damage, wondering what's going on.
No.
It's okay, he's fine. He'll shake
But,
it off.
you know,
And
Genie and Dumbo in hand.
now, I mean, not terrible draws here. Getting a couple more genies on board. I mean, Tony's going to have to find answers for them. Oh, and Elsa feels good too. So Tony now.
Tony does have cards in hand, so Angel does not have any resist at the moment.
I'm going to play that right away. We're going to...
Yeah, throw it right there.
Right into that. And no, you're right. You pointed out
No
right
more
away.
snowballs.
No more snowballs.
snowballs.
Elsa's saying the cold bothers me, at least when you're throwing snowballs over here. So getting rid of that Angel. And now, but again, like, just too many other things to deal with. That snowboarder Stitch is still hanging around.
Still hanging around.
4 or 5 at quest for 2.
Yeah, I mean,
and draws you cards.
One way to win a game is to say, I get 2 cards every turn, you get 1.
And you know, truthfully, Robert hasn't had anything he can really push into that Stitch. So it really has been living its best life, questing away, drawing cards for Tony.
Yeah, the long way was the best shot, and
Yeah.
then she took a snowball to
Yep.
the face, like after sitting on the board for half a second. So,
Yep.
oh my
and
goodness,
there's another big one.
that is going to be a pain to deal with.
Ink and play another Troubadour,
Cheap
And-
Pat and doing work here.
and then go on a quest in.
Oh my goodness, and you know Robert, we've seen has cards to deal with that. There's
Yep.
World's Greatest Criminal Mind.
Robert has Demona in hand, but that's not great.
No,
right
you don't want to have
now-
to. You don't want to have to run all your characters into
Yeah.
over there. But
No.
Dumbo,
and-
Genie, Elsa, Demona looks like is what we're looking at over for Robert.
at some point, that becomes
And
what you
we
have to do.
7 on board on
Yeah.
Tony's side.
Yeah,
So
he
you
is
gotta,
presenting lethal. You have to answer.
you gotta do it here at some point. And the problem is, you'd love to draw a card, you know, with the Dumbo first, but Dumbo is going to be one of the 3 you need to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Get rid of that chief. So that is a challenge you have to leverage, and this is just a tricky spot. So I think that thinking about, do I draw a card here, look for World's Greatest Criminal Mind, perhaps? I think that's going to be the call.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least try. Didn't get it.
Did
Got a
not get it,
Tigger.
but Tigger will bounce some
Could be
thing.
bounce
back,
a
but that's
thing.
not going to...
It might buy you a turn.
Yep. So you're still gonna
We're
have
going
to
to
run.
try to... I think we're going to try to dig one more time.
Oh, it's the Hades.
Hades.
I know the option here. You're gonna play that.
Yeah, play it.
Play
And
that
then he's
Hades.
gonna let you draw. You
Yep.
can draw
We
all
all
you
know
want.
like you can draw.
Yep.
What would you like to draw? Go for it.
Draw the cards.
Yep. Totally.
Draw World's Greatest though, and then he can just think of Dumbo.
And
I think
Demona.
we have Elsa in hand.
Yeah, I think that's the call here.
Either
I mean, you have,
Elsa and throw her and Dumbo into it.
yeah, it doesn't feel good, but you know, you have to stretch the game out, and I think
Yeah.
it's the only option unless you
Okay, not doing
get on
that.
Hades.
So
No.
we're going Hades. Or
Um,
yeah, Tigger to
Tigger.
bounce
Okay.
back a Troubadour.
that still does it. That keeps game off board, but it
Doesn't feel great.
does not feel great. And now, just crossing his fingers that Tony doesn't have much else to develop the board, because you're going to have to answer Everything.
Single thing.
next turn, and that chief is one of them, and he is big and he is beefy.
Just gonna hope you get the World's Greatest, can sing it, play Demona, exert, and deal with the rest of the board.
We'll
Yep.
see if we can get a better card off Mulan.
Yeah, and the thing is, we know that Troubadour's in hand too, so now Milan's going to come down, Troubadour's going to come down, and maybe another character's going to come down, and it's just a lot of ready characters. It's
Discarding
just a
a
spot. It's a Bambi.
Bambi.
The one Bambi.
The one.
Yeah, it's a spotty card in this situation.
Yeah, not what we need here.
Questing with
so.
Stitch, drawing another one, playing the Troubadour, and then playing the mystery card.
Maybe.
I just want to know what
We're
the mystery
making
card is.
sense.
Oh, the
Zeus.
mystery card is a Zeus.
Zeus?
Oh, that
Oh,
feels like
goodbye,
icing on the
Yeah,
Dumbo.
cake.
let's get rid of that card draw.
Team
Yeah.
Zeus coming down, blasting Dumbo out of the sky, and that is probably.
Tigger does punch for 4. And a
does.
Cheshire Cat in hand, but
Not
you're going to have to
enough.
clear the whole everything.
Not enough.
Raging Storm.
And there's no card draw. There's no other options. That is going to be it. So that is
And
Game
we're gonna
one.
go to
Game two, here we
now.
go.
Tony. Steel Song taking it here.
Really great board control on Tony's side, and Robert just not being able to get any of the answers. I feel like this is one of those matchups where it's going to just be really hard for Robert because most of his removal is for evasive characters. Like, he has some other removal in there, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah, and you have this problem when you include tech cards that are for very specific purposes. Basically, what you're doing is you're strengthening your matchup against those decks, but they're dead cards in a lot of other matchups.
yes.
And we usually see this with item removal. Now, those cards are 100% useless. Like, you can play Wasabi down from the
Yeah.
board. It's board presence. But really, there's so much more you'd rather be doing in that slot. And in here, you know, as you mentioned, you have the Horseman Strikes, for example, which is, it's basically a dead card. It's pay
Yeah.
3 to draw a card.
Yep, exactly. It is pay 3 to draw a card because there are no evasives in Tony's deck.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's inkable, so that feels much better for a card that has a very specific need. But there are 4 of that in this build, and that's essentially 4 dead cards.
Yeah. But, you know, think about it on the other hand, you have cards like the World's Greatest Criminal Mind, which against a deck like Dogs is kind of a dead card too. I don't know that there's much you do with it against Dogs, unless you're leveraging a Lonway.
Yeah, I think you're
which you can do.
leveraging that, and there are, it is helpful a little bit for some of those bigger cards in Dogs. To your point, most of the smaller ones not going to do much.
That's true. So there are good tools here. You do Chief Powhatan with the World's Greatest Criminal Mind, but also the Mowgli giving you a little bit of an edge at points in this match. But yeah, this is definitely a deck. If in a Steel Song dominant meta, people aren't bringing much Amethyst.
No.
Hammer Amethyst. This deck really is built for the Amethyst clones for the most part.
Absolutely.
And so, speaking of cards you don't want to see, there's Horseman Strikes, and that's
Great.
going to head to the inkwell right away.
Great ink for
Easy
turn 1.
ink.
And establishing a turn 1 really good here because that Angel as an underdog on the draw pretty good in this deck if you can establish it early. I think I see an Akud. I don't see an Angel, I don't think.
See an Angel, but I do see another Mulan. So.
There
All
we go.
right.
Disguised Soldier into the inkwell and to the board. You know, you'd love to have an Angel here, but in this case, getting a turn 1 play down. Basically what it's doing here is preventing some cheeky questing from that Elanway and some early lore. And once again, discarding the Willow here. So Tony not valuing the early ramp off that Willow, probably protecting a Troubadour, I'm guessing. But we see it go to the discard pile, whereas Robert,
He's like,
I play that.
you
I
may
play
throw
it.
that away, but I'm going to keep mine, and I'm going to play it.
I'm going to keep my tree, and I'm going to plant it right here, and I'm going to discount my characters for several turns. Now back over to Tony. We'll see what the turn 2 play is here that he protected the Willow for. I'm willing to bet a Troubadour is likely. That's one card you really like to see.
Inking the Bambi,
Inking
playing
the
the
Troubadour.
Playing
Troubadour.
the Troubadour.
There it is.
We were spot on there.
Yep. I think if you're not playing the Troubadour, the Willow looks pretty tempting. But if you have the Troubadour, because this deck has some really busted lines with that Akud, and we saw that last game. You know, you'd love to ramp straight into even a Chief Powhatan, but Snowboarder is a great option. So is the Aerial. And Robert says, I've seen this play before. That
Get it
discounted
outta here.
Willow coming down, discounting the Tigger, and Tigger bouncing that Troubadour back. That feels like an incredibly impactful tempo play.
Absolutely, I agree with that, and I think that's why we've seen Tigger bounce its way back into decks a little more frequently, because it really messes with the tempo and makes this trade. So initially, Tony, I think, kind of baited Robert with the quest from Mulan, not expecting him to trade, but with Tigger on the board now, that feels like a good trade.
I
Yeah,
think you're
no.
right. That getting rid of that Troubadour, Tigger's the only card in the deck that can do it. I'm not sure that Tony was planning for that. And yeah, risking that Mulan doesn't feel as good if it's your last character. But Nani Stage Manager coming in now. Finds a card off the top.
Very thematically finds Lilo.
She had like bonus lore for.
I feel like you should as well.
I feel like it.
When you do thematic things, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Now the response from Robert and Nakoma coming down. Well statted 4/6, vanilla, but that 6
big.
willpower does a lot of work.
Absolutely.
Difficult to remove, so now that's going to threaten any singing over there, any shenanigans, and just kind of lock things down for a little bit.
And we joked last week, we were pretty sure that this was the most read card at the Hunter Burton Memorial.
Nakoma?
Yes, because no one was like seeing
like,
it
"What is
before, and they're like, "Wait, what does that do?" Oh, well, just a 4/6, but just a 4/6 is quite a bit.
A 4/6 on curve. I mean, people play, Iago's in the 4 slot as a 4/6. Now
Yeah.
he does that, has that evasive role. He's there to banish
Yeah.
genies. But turns out 4/6 on 4 ain't bad.
Nope.
Wow.
Especially in a world where I don't think he's running. Usually these decks we don't run Ohana.
No.
Yeah. But if he was, it'd be great.
If it was, what a combo.
What a combo. But for sure, it's really good against decks like Tony's, which have a lot of, like...
Lower to the ground.
Yeah, and singers like Troubadour, things like Nani threatens all of those. Here's that Troubadour back again. He bounced away, he's bouncing back onto the board, ready to sing. He says, "Put me back in, coach. I can stick this time." And now, yeah, Robert just trying to get some stuff on the board to stick around. Tony, rather.
And it looks like Tony has a strength in hand, so I would be surprised if we quest or do anything here. I would expect just a pass, and there we go. We've got a pass back to Robert.
Keep those characters up. You need them to fuel the strength. Dumbo now off the top for
Hades,
Robert.
Dumbo, and Demona.
That's a hand right there.
That is a hand for sure.
Hades coming in strong.
I wouldn't be surprised to see. Is that hot? Is that what we say?
Hades.
Hades.
Like you have popcorn stuck in your throat.
Hades coming in. No.
Demo-
it's
the
Demona.
newest counted. There
How do you
is
say that
6.
one with popcorn in your throat?
You can't.
Oh, okay.
I like that you
That's
thought about it for a
Yeah.
second, then you were like,
There's a
no,
brief
no,
pause.
we're just gonna stick with
Yeah.
one mispronouncing tonight.
Listen, no, it's because there's Hades, which is in Sapphire, and then there's Hades, which is in Amethyst. You have to differentiate the two somehow.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna try to do that properly from now on.
You're welcome.
At least here at the DCI. And Demona coming down, making everything on Tony's side of the board vulnerable. He wanted those stingers to stick around because you're right, he's got that strength there. But Robert, with that, again, Nakoma, very, very well statted, able to soak up a lot of damage as she deals with that Nani. And Robert just just feels like he's one turn ahead here.
Yeah, really controlling the board here. Having that Grandmother Willow being able to get this Demona, getting these more statted characters out a turn early, really just feels like it is breaking Tony's game plan. Like there's just no way for him to play around some of these cards. It is giving me some bad flashbacks with my Steel Song deck. You hate when this happens. Like just you're trying to get your characters.
Do we all hate it? I mean,
you're trying to get your characters to stick, and
Well, I'm in the middle.
do your game plan, actually play the game, and your opponent is just banishing card after card, not allowing you to finish anything off here.
And if there's a way back in, drawing a couple cards per turn will help you do it. And Tony hoping that Ariel sticks around, but Robert pulling a Demona off the top deck. Now, it had the Hades in hand to kind of threaten that Ariel, but Tony would have had a choice. Not going to have a choice once this Demona hits the board, exerts that aerial, and then that other Demona probably coming in pretty quick to finish her off.
But
Let's
are we
see.
potentially
Four?
going to...
Bounce.
Yeah, we're going to
Bounce
bounce
the
the
Lilo.
Lilo back. And I think we're making this choice here to... Yep, bring our
Guide
card
book,
hand.
and then just Demona next turn and say, you can have the 2
can
lure
have
and
the
maybe
card.
a card.
That's
Go for it.
You can have the card. I'm just going to quest.
And I'm going to get 3 cards.
And yeah, again, Tony constantly in the back foot here, so not scared. Robert's not scared by that extra card.
No.
No. Because he can just Demona and then pop the guidebook and just have a bajillion cards.
Yeah, and this is a tough spot. With enough card draw, and there are ways out, but you're gonna need to draw pretty well here.
Okay, we got a dock, but do we have a dock in hand already?
They do like to
I-
travel in packs.
So we're gonna
Keeping
take
the
the Mowgli.
Mowgli.
Okay,
Probably, I think you're probably right, indicating.
I think
Yep,
yeah.
have a dock in hand.
Dock in hand. I was like, I thought there was a dock in hand, and I also think the other 2 cards were not viable. So I think one was a song, and one was a larger
Gonna go ahead and take a peep.
character. And
Oh, and probably just groaning right now.
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
Of course.
of
Of
course.
Of course you have the Demona. It's probably the worst possible card for you to have in the hand for me right now, says Tony to Robert. And
And we go
Yeah,
down.
and we're gonna-
that's gonna be it.
We're gonna
Yeah,
go-
that-
he goes, I don't want to deal with this. We're just
Yeah,
gonna
no, we're just
take it
gonna-
to the next game.
Yeah,
Tony's
if they
gonna
were
go
out-
first and just say,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go fast.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bust this wide open. Yeah, if they were up again, it really relied on having that aerial on board, drawing an extra card per turn, and yeah. So anyway, it is game 3. It is the finals. It is 7 rounds of Swiss, all the way through the top cut.
All in one day.
2 games.
Yeah. We've been streaming for 12 hours.
And this
Nice.
down to this
Yeah.
moment, down to this match, down to this draw.
I love it.
This is about to be
For
it.
those tuning in, if you're like, what the heck is this? You're tuning in to the Diet Coke Invitational. This is a tournament run out of the DFW area here in Texas. And the entry fee for the tournament is a 12-pack of Diet Coke, not Coke,
Brought to you.
not Diet Pepsi.
Ew.
Ooh. Diet Coke, and you get your entry into the tournament. This event, we had 83 people in total, so a lot of cans of Diet Coke now acquired. Pack per round win, and our top 8 will get an enchanted, as well as a fun proxy card that was designed for the event, and our 2 finalists get a playmat.
And I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking, wait, the cost to get in is a 12-pack of Diet Coke, and it's a pack per win, meaning if I win 2 rounds, I've already paid for my entry?
You have.
Yes, this is true.
100%. You are not wrong. You did that math correctly, all of you out there.
And on top of that, it's not only pack per win, and it's not only
Go
the top
on.
8 that get to go home with fun, cool prizes. There's also raffles
I
that
did-
go on
I did.
between every single round.
Yes.
So even if you don't win, there was still,
ways
some
to
lucky
win.
winners that got to go home with some playmats, some enchanteds, an iconic aerial,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And a raffle ticket costs $1.50.
Yeah.
$1.50
$1.50
for a raffle ticket.
can win you an
10
aerial
for
iconic.
$10.
$1.50.
All that is to say, you should try to come out to the next Diet Coke Invitational. It does say Invitational in the title, but do you know who's invited?
Everyone.
Everyone. You all are. You should want to come here.
And while it is Diet Coke, it is brought to you by lovers of Diet Coke, not actually Diet Coke.
Correct.
This event is not sponsored or affiliated in any way with Diet Coke officially, only by lovers of Diet Coke.
You know, unless they want to help out.
DCI trademark pending. Yep. Although,
We wouldn't say no.
Diet Coke, if you're watching.
We would love to have it.
Just saying.
Bring it in.
Yeah.
There's a distribution center down the road.
Don't tell Pepsi. You're our favorite.
You can tell Pepsi. You're our favorite.
Yeah, tell Pepsi. Anyway, so yes, this is
Next
awesome.
month, brought to you Pepsi. Invitational.
The Diet
No.
Coke
Diet Coke
Invitational.
Invitational.
DPI coming for you. Yeah.
It won't.
Enchanted Chatter and Illumineers are not invited.
That's right.
okay.
We are uninvited from the DPI. But here we are off to the races here on Tony's side. We are playing that Mulan early. Some of these decks don't run a 1-drop. Tony does. That Mulan making an appearance in every game I've watched him play so far. And this time, it looks like there's an Angel heading to the discard pile. This deck, much better going first. Although it does have that fun Angel play on the draw, courtesy of the underdog ability. And we will see if Robert has a turn 1 play to match. It looks like
Which he does.
It is
the
Royal
guard.
And the Royal Guard feels good to establish here. It does get more powerful as you draw cards. And again, shutting down that Mulan isn't terribly bad. What you do want to do is threaten the singers, like this Vanessa here, which will be able to sing some powerful songs on the next turn. And if she does, you want to be able to crack into her with that Royal Guard if the opportunity presents itself. Now, turn 2 for Robert. Would love to find turn 2 play as well.
Mowgli.
And it is that Mowgli. Well, good call. And that feels really
Really
good.
good with that hand.
You know, it does feel really good, but also what feels really good is that I'm going to mess it up, even though you told me how to say it.
Moody.
Yeah.
What a wonderful card.
That card and keeping that feels very strong here.
So let's go ahead and just...
when Mowgli's running around, or Ursula or any of those cards, you either have no songs in hand or you have 2.
Yes.
Because you want an insurance song. And both times Mowgli's come down, Tony's had that insurance song, protecting that Akud. And you pointed out that Snowboard Surfer. I think we're going to see it here.
Yes,
There it
we
is.
are.
This is a fantastic line in this deck. This is a fantastic line. That Snowboard Surfer being online, we've seen the damage it can do. Drawing Tony an extra card every turn. And for Robert here, with now just 3 ink on the board, there's not a lot to deal with it. That Royal Guard feels good. We're going to take another peek. Nope.
What did
nothing
you
there.
get?
Oh, no.
But we did get that chief, and we know that chief is hard for Robert to deal with.
Yeah.
Not impossible, but hard.
That's true. Now, and we talked about the importance of getting rid of that snowboarder, and it's a great point because that Royal Guard, if you draw a spell book or a guidebook or something like that, can get buffed up pretty quickly, able to charge in and remove that snowboarder. But Chief Powhatan's going to keep that from happening and let Stitch fly around on his snowboard worry-free. But we'll have to wait another turn to get there.
Well, and Robert's saying, hey, I know you're going to quest with that, Stitch, but I'm going to make you play something before you get the card draw.
Yeah.
Oh, and there it is.
Gonna limit your options.
That Chief Powhatan. Poor Bambi heading to the discard pile again. We won't get to see him once again, but Chief's going to guard Snowboard Stitch as he goes off on a quest. Drawing another card here. Vanessa's going to go on a quest. Ursula Vanessa, just for good measure. Get that extra lore. Tony up to 5 now. And
the
a
world's
big, beefy
greatest
Chief.
will do it.
Oh, did he top deck a world's
He
greatest?
top decked a world's
No,
greatest.
off the top deck?
Off the top.
Oh, that's so brutal for Tony. And
But Mowgli is only a 2 cost. He's gonna have to cast it, hard cast it. He's not gonna be able to sing it.
And this is a really interesting decision here because you get rid of the Chief for the purpose of getting rid of that snowboarder if you can. So now a decision, because if you can't get rid of the
He's
snowboarder, do you
gonna-
just wait?
Okay,
Wait.
I think
Yep.
you do.
and I think that that's the right choice because here you really need to do more in the turn than just get rid of that Chief.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if you just get rid of the Chief and you can't get rid of the snowboarder, even if you're putting a little bit of damage on it, Tony just going to drop another character, draw again. So saving that play.
But if Tony does
next
have a
turn.
Mowgli, and he could just
Mowgli, yeah. Mowgli would feel really like a really great counterpoint here.
As we all.
It's a wonderful card.
I think my problem is when I think about it too much is when I can't pronounce it.
Yeah. I've never watched it. I don't know how the actual song goes. So in my head, it's Hakuna Matata until
It's one like clip in one episode of the Stitch
I love
TV
that.
show.
And I love that they extracted it and made it
Yes.
a card. We're like, Angel needs a song.
The lore is deep.
Angel needs a song. We're gonna cherry pick this one. And now that Snowboarder again, I think is that the 3rd card that Snowboarder's got.
yes.
Yep.
And just my goodness, this one.
Really trying to decide what we want to play because we have discounted our next card. We've got 4 ink. So wanting to draw to get those options and see what's the best thing to put down here.
Plenty of options, whatever it is. Chief is gonna.
And I think
There it
we
is.
could have another snowboard stitch in hand.
The last card is for sure Angel.
Is it?
The last card is Angel.
Okay,
the
'cause
steel
I wasn't sure.
legendary Angel. Oh, no, that's flipped a couple times. Another
Oh.
chief. There it is. There is
No.
another chief. Okay.
There he is.
Angel and
discounted
chief for the last ones, and then
by the Akud.
I think he said.
and the
Ah,
Willow.
I remember what you did last time. Getting rid of that immediately. I'm gonna try to feel better about this
Yeah.
and play two of them.
An insurance chief. Now both chiefs there guarding the board, so
So
there's the
now
world's greatest
it's-
criminal mind, but now you have to deal with two.
You have to deal with two.
Yeah.
Tigger off the top there, and Tigger a fun card, but not going to deal with the biggest threat on the board, which is that snowboarder, or the bodyguard. So
Yeah.
it's a really tough spot. And
Yeah.
Robert just thinking things through. It's a tough that unchecked snowboarder is just so mean. If you're playing against it.
What is Robert gonna do?
And that's the thing with this Steel Song deck is there are some lines where you open the game and they're just really, really challenging to overcome.
Yep.
The Troubadour into the Akud, into the Snowboarder, into the Chief. Like, that's good. Yeah. And I don't know, the odds of winning a game, especially against this type of deck, when you can open that, it's got to be incredibly high. It's just a lot of willpower out there for Robert to deal with.
Well, and we've talked about DFW's love of Amber Steel, and then we're going to get to see in real time why it's going to increase in the next few weeks.
This will be the third week in a row that this deck, if Tony wins, and for sure there's probably things Robert can find and stack up to come back, because there's not a ton of lore on the board. Oh well, there's a moderate amount of lore on the board over on Tony's side. But this will be the third week in a row, if Tony wins, that Amber Steel has taken down a rather sizable third-party event.
Yeah.
And that's significant.
Yeah.
Again, Robert, just thinking through all the lines here. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. You can quest with the Illumineers. There's a little bit of support available. But the World's Greatest Criminal Mind in hand feels pretty good, but
Yeah, you're still going to have to deal with the other one.
you need more. So, and the problem is that Criminal Mind, it's just not many resources available. So.
Yeah, really trying to think through what is the most powerful trade here.
Trying to think
Because
through.
the Royal Guard is only at 2 strength this turn, correct? He's only drawn the 1.
Yes.
Yes.
And then Mowgli, that's Olaf. Olaf swings for 2, so that's 4 damage. You'd either have to throw Olaf,
I think
the
we're
guard,
looking
and
at
Mowgli,
playing
the genie to beef the Royal Guard up to 3,
Yes.
and then throwing
That-
the
that
guard
still
and
doesn't feel
Olaf
like a great
into
trade.
one, and then singing World's Greatest on the other one.
Yep.
That's kind of your only options, but that doesn't feel great.
Yep, agreed. So see, World's Greatest
Yeah.
going to take out that Chief. That feels nice and easy. Okay.
But then having to
We're gonna quest here because I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw the guard and Olaf into the other chief, bounce Mowgli back to hand.
yeah.
Yep, and those Chiefs just doing so much work. And left now with just the Nakoma and the Genie. I say just the Nakoma. Nakoma's pretty big,
Yeah.
Yeah.
powerful.
She's a 4/6.
And yeah, it's unfortunately not much else to do here. And That Mowgli getting bounced back in hand, perhaps to be ink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're deciding
Debating.
here what we want to ink, because we definitely still need ink.
Interesting. Valuing the Mowgli over the
Tigger.
Tigger. Tigger is a card that can slow Tony down a
I guess
little
he's
bit.
thinking
but
Amber
very
Steel.
Yeah, I think the very expensive part is why we're.
Oh, but Tony has Doc.
They still
Doc,
always has
Angel, and a card. Della's Moon.
Oh, Della's Moon Lullaby. Gonna draw a card, so that Nakoma now reduced by 2. And that's just gonna protect that snow border. That's, I think, the play here. Unless, no, yeah. It's just gonna protect that snow
Yeah.
border. We keep it up. Because Tony drawing cards every single turn off of it.
Play the Angel.
Angel coming in.
Discard something for no reason.
No, yeah.
And that is 4.
Yeah.
New characters in
Grandmother.
play.
There.
So we have a strength. We can clear off the genie. Try to see what's left in hand.
I know at least one of them is a Doc.
Oh, that's right.
No, I think we
Yeah.
were. So he should still have.
And Nani, I think, was the other
3.
card.
Oh, okay.
Nani,
Nani.
discarding.
Yeah.
And
Going
take
out
up
and
Nakoma.
take-
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Poor Nani being turned into a snowball, flung across the board. And Nakoma off the board. That's another way to protect the Stitch. Just get rid of the biggest threat.
Yep.
And not getting caught up, but that's fine. And oh my goodness, Robert, I think drawing into another World's Greatest Criminal Mind
But no targets.
and saying, oh my goodness, like I
Really?
wish I
I needed
thanks.
this last turn.
Yeah, and now probably
That was rude.
kind of a dead card at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But does have a cat. There's 2 damage counters sitting out there and a nice little juicy target with that Willow. So
The only question there is, you're right, he does have the cat, but do you want to move damage off of that Stitch?
no, you want
You wanna try to-
keep the damage on the Stitch and get damage on the Willow, but no. No,
Yeah,
it's a good
yeah.
point. Like because you're a little ways towards getting that Stitch removed,
Like
and
you can just use the genie to get rid of the Willow if you really think the Willow is that much of a threat.
that
Which it looks like
is
we're weighing that option.
true. That's probably the play here, and then you can even stack up some
Yeah.
damage
Because
on
you
the
could do
Angel.
that and then boost the genie and then move it over. Boost
Yeah.
the cat, then move the 1 over to the Stitch. Have 3 damage on it is better than.
Yeah, I wonder you could even move that one to the Angel, and then open her up to a snowball later, as long as that resist doesn't come into play, or another damage shift.
Mowgli.
We're gonna
Let's
take a
see
look.
what's in hand.
Oh, and
No,
it's
then
a
you
rock thing.
say, oh.
One card in hand, it's a Doc.
Yeah.
Of course
Of course
it
it's
is.
Doc.
And now, yeah, there's this no damage shifting to be done this turn because that is all the ink. And Robert's just gonna ink that. He's saying, I don't even know if there's another Chief Hat. How many are we running?
Chief, he has
4.
4, okay.
Yeah.
So
Imagine Doc into Chief.
is that a Thunderbolt? It
It
is.
is.
Oh, that feels, bad.
bad.
So bad.
Right after
Ah.
Mowgli, too. You're like, hey, I tried getting that. Oh.
And then we have Lilo and a card and drawing with a Stitch and
Yeah,
all
Steel
of
Song.
the things.
Steel
Steel
Song
Song
good.
doing,
Singing the
doing
songs.
all the good things here.
Steel Song's good.
We'll get a Nani
Nani.
out. We'll draw again. It looks like first
Another
card there is
surfer.
a Lilo.
I was gonna say, watch him find a Doc again.
Uh,
Lilo's good too.
Lilo. It looked like he had another Chief in hand.
And
And
discarding
discarding it
Discarding Lilo.
to do
goes,
the
yeah.
damage.
feels pretty good. And now back over to Robert and just.
Guidebook,
Oh goodness gracious, Guidebook.
but
It's not.
it's not
you're gonna need-
nothing,
It's not nothing.
No.
It's just.
but
It's just not what we
Not
need here.
enough.
And we're gonna ink Genie to play the Nakoma.
Mm-hmm.
That'll do some control last turn, but it's that unchecked snowboarder which just has powered Tony through this game so far, drawing a
Yeah.
card every single turn since turn.
So we're gonna go up
3.
to 18.
And Robert just watching this kind of slip away here.
Yeah.
Playing
Bringing
the
back
Lilo.
the
Yeah.
Lilo right away.
And
Ink a card, play the
Sure.
cheat.
And
Yep.
there's the cheat bounty. He's like, I just inked World's Greatest Criminal Mind. And gonna quest here. We are very, very close to Tony taking this down and becoming the latest DCI champion. There's one last gasp here for Robert, I think, on his turn. We're gonna go through the motions. Robert's gonna take a look. What do I got? It's a Dumbo.
Dumbo.
That is not
That is a
going
card.
to do it. It's a card that exists in the game, but we'll be able to
You
use the
can
G
dig.
immediately to draw a card. Why not? Let's take a
One
look. I'm gonna
more.
go to 4. We're going down fighting. Drawing a card here. It's a
Hades.
Hades.
Maybe
But
we
you
can
can't
make a deal,
play.
but we can't if we don't have enough ink. So Robert now going to shake hands. That's it. Tony taking this down as the latest champion of the DCI, the 3rd champion, the reigning champion now on Amber Steel. It's the 3rd week in a row this deck has taken a tournament down, and one of the biggest Amber Steel fans in all of DFW gets to watch it and broadcast this match. Your deck's back, Courtney.
It's back.
She's
I love
back.
it.
And my goodness, what a great run by Tony and Robert as well. Just like a rough matchup for him. He's not built to take on this deck, and Amber Steel is just everywhere right now, it feels like, and now etched into the annals of DCI history.
It was a good run. We saw some spice.
It was here.
It was
Wasn't
great.
Trevor.
Mostly Trevor, but we got some great streams. So I want to big shout out to everyone who joined us today. Big shout out to Liam for
Thanks for
coming
having
on.
me,
Yeah.
and thanks for my jacket.
yeah,
course,
we're
always.
all in the red jackets
Gotta
now. And just thank you to the DFW community, to Kirby and Jonathan who put on this amazing event. We had a blast today, and we'll
And thank
talk
you
to
to
y'all
the
soon.
Card Haven
Oh yeah,
for
thank
also
you.
for sponsoring, and all of our other locals that also donated to help make this happen.
We appreciate you all.
Also, I have to say, if you're watching the stream right now, if you're on this channel, hit that follow button, because Enchanted Channel is a fantastic
that's
channel.
us.
They're on here every single Wednesday doing their show. It's a wonderful place to be, and thank you for bringing us this on your channel and for being amazing. So
Oh, thank
don't
you so
hesitate
much.
to hit
Yeah.
that button while you're
And make sure if you haven't already,
If you don't know who this is Liam from the Illumineers.
if you're not following
Follow,
the
like follow.
Illumineers, go follow them right
Follow
now.
them. What are you doing if you don't follow them and you play Lorcana? What are you doing?
All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Until next time.
Until next time, this is the DCI.